Okay, guys, so how's she going today? So it's just another really cold day out. I got my heater running here in the shop just so I have like a little warm spot, but I think the oil's still cooking, or trying to cook. Haven't ran it in quite some time, so the oil's probably still a little stiff yet, but yeah, anyways, give you guys a quick update video. When you guys have seen that shoveling video there from yesterday or whenever, later that day it got really windy out, and it almost looked like a snowstorm. It was picking up all that loose shit and stuff and blowing it all around and all that other happy horse shit and stuff. And so I had to go out yesterday. Actually, it was the day before, I think it was. Maybe, I don't know, but I know I went out yesterday and had to do a little bit of plowing. It wasn't too bad, but there was mostly just like a lot of drifts everywhere and stuff. So yeah, it seemed like a lot of fun. I was actually thinking I had another idea for making better videos with the GoPro, but since it's so cold out, I don't really feel like setting up the tripod. I was actually thinking about taking the tripod and strapping it down to the four-wheeler, because you can actually turn the tripod too a little bit, and that'll give you a better angle of stuff. I was thinking about doing that, but it was just so cold out. I didn't really feel like setting it up, so I think maybe this summer I'll experiment with that a little bit and see how that goes. But yeah, I got a few ideas for videos to do, but I don't know when I'll get around to them, but whenever. Yeah, I do have my plastic back up again here. That was just for the for my heater, but what good it'll slow the wind down, but doesn't do too good of a job because plastic's kind of stupid right here. But I know one guy was saying about insulation. He thinks it'd be better if I just insulated the walls at least, like the walls, obviously, with just regular fiberglass insulation. Really, it would probably be a little cheaper that way, because if you think about it, I've looked it up, and some of those, depending on where you buy them from, some insulations, that fiberglass stuff, can go anywhere from $30 to almost $100. You know, it just depends on where you buy them from. Spray foam is $300-400, for every box that you buy. So I think what's going to end up probably happening is I think I'm going to spray foam the ceiling. I should get at least one container out of that anyway. I could at least do half the roof anyway. And then maybe I'll fiberglass the ceilings. I think, yeah, I'm going to have to probably either throw some insulation up in the cracks, like up in the cavities. I'll either have to throw insulation up there, or I'll have to spray foam it. I guess it doesn't really matter which way you do it. Either way, it's going to probably have a little bit of both, because there's plenty of room up there for spray foam and insulation. So, and I don't really have to worry about, well, I think with spray foam, they have their own built-in moisture barrier thingy anyway. Well, see, with this roof, it doesn't have any ventilation in it because it's not a house, you know. So it don't matter if I cram everything full. It never really gets hot in here in the summertime, and it gets pretty damn cold in here in the wintertime, but summertime's not too bad because I got trees and stuff to keep the shop a little cooler. So, but I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to probably spray foam the ceiling first. And then I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably insulate the ceilings or the walls probably later on. But there's one thing I wanted you guys to take a look at and tell me what you think. I found something that would help. Now, I probably won't be getting this door replaced anytime soon. I want it replaced, but it would cost me too much probably right now to have it done. So I think I found some door insulation. It's fiberglass, I think. Something like that anyway. It's kind of like that rigid foam stuff you put on your concrete walls in your basement. Well, it's kind of like that, but it's more meant for doors. I can get an 8-piece for about $70, so it's not bad, but I'm not sure how they get mounted to the door. I'm thinking maybe just gluing it, unless you can screw it. I mean, because if you think of this actually is a fiberglass door. This is fiberglass, but it's so thin that you can see the daylight coming through it. I was actually thinking about doing that to the shop door and to the garage door up at the house, even though that garage door up at the house is thicker than this. I just think it would be a little better for that door too if we put a little bit of insulation on the door. There's not really a lot there for ceiling wise between the door and in the wall itself. There's nothing there. The shop is actually pretty good. Except down there at the bottom, it needs a new seal. New seal dude. You can see the light coming through the cracks. I had one guy here. He looked at my big garage door. When I fixed the other door, he said that why there's so much light coming through is because the concrete probably has settled. Which it probably has. It probably kind of did this a little bit because you can see how it's kind of pulling away. But I think it would still help if there was a new rubber seal on the bottom. It would make it a little bit tighter. So I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe I'll buy the door insulation for now. I want to do the one up at the house first because that one's a little more important because that's where I don't live in the garage, but it's the house. It'll help. It'll keep the garage a little bit warmer, and it'll help keep the house a little warmer too if you start insulating shit. So I'm not sure what the R value was on that. I don't think it was very high, but I think it would help with both of these doors. With this door and the door up at the house. It would help for both of them. I do plan on replacing the doors at some point, but not anytime soon, so I might as well insulate them for now. But let me know what you guys think of the garage door insulation idea. Because I'll put a link below. I think I actually found a couple of them, but I'm not sure though. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys think that would be a good idea or not, to at least try that. Because I want to do the cheap things first. And then see with the garage door up at the house, that's all wood. So I think what I could do there is I could maybe pre-drill the insulation. I don't know how that would go on your door. Maybe it just glues on or something, I don't know. But what I was thinking of doing with that door up at the house is I'm probably going to need more than 8 pieces, but they're pretty big pieces, but I got a pretty big door too. So I'd probably have to end up buying another bundle later on, but at least it would be a start anyway, right? And I probably could either glue it to the door or I could screw it to the door. Just to, if you have to screw it to the door, I think I would probably pre-drill the insulation first so you don't end up cracking it. Just slowly drill through it and then you won't crack it. Of course, you can't go extremely tight either because you'll probably crack it that way too. But just snug enough that it'll hug the door. I'm not sure what I could do with the gaps. I didn't show you that either. See, this is where the doors hinge, right? They open up a little bit. So there's probably air coming in here and probably up at the house too. So I don't know if I could put some kind of a tape on there. Insulation tape kind of stuff. I don't know if they even make it. If not, I could probably get away with some really good duct tape. That would probably help. You don't want to foam it or anything like that because the foam would just break. So I think tape would be the best way to go. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. I could get some really expensive, like get the good kind of duct tape or insulation tape, or if they make anything like it, I don't know. And start with that. Do that, and then foam it up after. I could probably even spray foam this door too, but I don't want to use that expensive stuff. Like, the spray foam stuff that you put on the ceiling. Well, I could do it probably to the door too, but that's $300-400 right there. I want it all up on the ceiling, not my door. So I think I can just get away with getting that $70 insulation kit for the doors. Since that's foam, you can cut it to size, and I would have to cut it. Not sure how I could do this. No, you wouldn't be able to shove it. You would have to screw it to the door, to these metal. Like if you did it to this door, it would have to get screwed into these metal things all the way around. So there you could probably just use like self-tapping screws. I got tons of those. So, well, they're not long, but no, they're not long at all. But it looks like for most of this, I could actually bolt it together, because if you look, here's some bolt holes. So I could put it like a washer, a washer and a nut behind that, and then drill the foam, and I could bolt it to the door too. I could do that, But that's only for the top section. The rest of them, well, I think I would get away with it here too, right behind this cable. I'm going to have to probably move that cable a little bit too. I'm not sure how I would do that either, but I think you probably could just get away with it being out a little bit. I could probably move that cable just a hair and sneak it in there a little bit. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing with this door and with the one up at the house. The one up at the house doesn't have the cables on it. Doesn't have, like, see, I don't know if you can even see that, but see, there's a cable here. That's how I open my door. I don't have it on the other door because I took it off because I got the garage door opener, the motor for it, so I don't need it. So I took them off. I still have the chains and the hooks, but I'm not using them for nothing. But they're up there, they're up in there somewhere, but up in that damn hoard of shit. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of maybe doing. I know this door could use a new seal on the bottom, but I'm not sure how the hell it comes off. I might just end up having to probably rip it off and then just glue a new one on. I know that they make one where you can glue it to the concrete only, and then the door will smush onto it. I like the ones that they're bolted to the door, because if they're on the concrete, you're always driving over them, and then you're gonna crush them eventually. So I like the ones where they're bolted to the door. So get back in my little heated space, even though it's probably not very warm in here, but at least I got the heater. I can warm my fingers up. I do have the heater on max, but the oil's probably still a little stiff yet. So I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to probably do first, is maybe work on the doors. I mean, I know it would help, but it wouldn't help a lot. But it's worth doing anyway, because it's the cheapest way I can get started. I mean, I'm probably going to end up doing it anyway. But I do plan on replacing the door at some point. I'm going to get an airtight one. I'm going to get an insulated one too. So probably for both of them. And then that's alright. But for now, I got to make these doors work for me. So I think the cheapest way I could go for right now is just to throw some insulation on them. I don't even need daylight coming through this, because you can see there's daylight coming through it. That's how thin it is. I don't need that. I got lights. So, and then in the summertime I'll have the door up, so I'll get extra light that way too. So I don't really need insulation. I don't really need daylight coming through the door. If the lights ain't enough, then I can actually get more. And I know, Paul Short, he got some really tiny. Well, they're not tiny. Well, they're tiny, but they're LEDs. They're 48-inch long, just like what I got. You know, the ones up on the ceiling. See, I just got the regular light bulb kind of thing. So the ones he got were LEDs. Well, what I love about LEDs is that they take so much less power to run. Like, I don't know how many of these lights I could run. The ones I got now, I could probably run as many as I want. But LEDs, they run so much. They take less power. Therefore, I could run like 10 million more if I wanted to. I could put them all over the ceiling, all over the walls, and everything. And I could run it on one, you know, one cord like what I got right here. I don't even know what this one's, you know, I don't know what this one's rated for, but probably not a lot. That would say on that sticker. It would probably say, but I don't know. I'm trying to plug my lights here. 13 amps. So this cord's a 13 amp. Well, see, you know, I could probably easily run like 15 million of those LED lights on that because the LEDs don't require a lot of power. And they start up a lot quicker too. They actually can handle the cold pretty good. These lights can't. So, I mean, they'll start up in the cold, but it takes them a while to warm up. Right now, they're pretty dull, so. But I mean, I've had my lights running for hours in the wintertime, and they don't even warm up. It's just too damn cold in here. So, that's. LEDs would be better, I think. I can get them on Northern Tool, but man, they want like $130 for just one of them, and I would need two at least. So that's $230 right there. So, I mean, I'm going to replace them anyway with LEDs eventually, but I'm just making these do for now. But I can only do one thing at a time. So, and I also I'm thinking about insulating my house too, because I think the insulation in my house is pretty shitty too. I kind of never really realized it until I watched Bill T. Max's video, how expensive it is to heat my house in the wintertime. I mean, I've had it worse before because I had taken the energy saving thing off my house for a while. And I went from paying $300 to paying $500. So the energy thing actually saves me a little bit of money because it's only drawing what I need. So without that, my house is fully powered. This way, it's only powering the things that are demanding power, like lights, TVs. So if you're using an outlet if you have an outlet that's not being used, I don't think it's sending power to it then, I guess, or it's sending very little to it. And then once it senses that it needs that full 120 volts, then it'll turn up and kick on. I can change that too. I can actually make it send full power, or I can lessen the power. So when I moved into this house, it was set on number 2. I have it set on 3.5 because I demand more power. So at one time I had it up to 4, but you know, my bill kind of got too expensive, so I lowered it down a little bit more, and it helps. But I think the insulation in that, because in the attic, that's most likely like blown in insulation too. It's but it's 1970s crap, so it's probably pretty out of date. But I kind of noticed now in my bedroom, I'll heat it up to about 70 degrees, which is, you know, a little too hot for me. But I did that one day. Well, I usually leave it on 70 all day long. And I turn it down to 60 for the night. But then throughout the day, when I have it set on 70, well, the room says, okay, this room is now at 70 degrees, let's shut off. Within probably 5-10 minutes, you can feel it getting cold again. So I think it's time that maybe we blew some more insulation in the attics. But that would be really expensive because I got a big ass attic. And I want to do the garage one too. So I think I'd do the garage first because that would be a little, I mean, I don't know how much, well, $30 a bag. Plus $40, I don't know, was it $40 an hour, $40 a day to rent a machine? You can buy them, but they're like $2,000, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So they're expensive. And for the little bit of shit that I gotta do, I don't need to buy one. I just need to rent one for a couple of days. So, yeah, probably for a couple of days because it's gonna take me a while to blow all that in. I mean, I could do the garage and then my uncle could do half the house and then we take turns. We could probably have it done in probably a couple of hours, but I'm gonna lay it on pretty thick. I think the thicker the better. And then that'll just, of course, it'll settle down too after a while. But I don't think I'm going, well, I'll lay it in thick, let it settle, and then I'll go back and blow in some more. So, but I think for now what I'm going to do, excuse me, is maybe insulate the doors. It won't probably make a big difference in here. I mean, obviously it wouldn't, but it's a start. It'll hold in, it'll help keep some of that cold air out, too, so. But yeah, it would definitely help if we insulated the walls and the ceilings. So that would make a major improvement right there. But the one guy said it'd probably be cheaper to just insulate the walls and then blow the ceiling or spray the ceiling. I mean, yeah, it'd be, if you wanted to spray foam everything, you're talking easily probably close to $3,000 because each box that you buy, they come with 2 tanks and then a gun. Well, that's $300, $400, $500 right there. Times however many freaking you need. I could probably get the ceiling done in probably maybe one box, but I want to lay it on pretty thick too. So, but you know, if you can only do one thing at a time, well, I mean, if you could only buy 1 box a year, you could do it that way too. But it would take a while. You know, I want to get this shop usable, somewhat usable in the wintertime anyway, so I'm not standing out here freezing making my videos. So, but maybe that's what we'll do. I think right now, I'm still going to save up for my router box, my high-speed internet box thingy. Get rid of that, get that thing off the I got my TV done now, so that $30 thing that I needed finally showed up yesterday, so my uncle came over and helped me wire it up. I'll put a link to that thing too if you guys are interested in that. It's just like you can plug 3 devices into it and have 1 wire running out to your TV, and it runs off the device that is running. It's kind of like a splitter kind of thing, but I have both my PS3s plugged into that, and then I got my VCR or no, my DVD player plugged into that. Even though I don't really use my DVD player a lot, but I might as well. So what happens now on that Dewey? Once it senses that there's no power being sent to that device, it automatically shuts off. It's only being powered by whatever's running. So if I'm running a PS3, it'll power on by the PS3. If I run the DVD player, it'll be powered off the DVD player. So you can get them where they can run off your AC adapter at your house or whatever, you know, but I didn't want that. Because why power it that way, you know, when if it could be simply just be powered off a DVD player or PS3 or something like that, why not just do it that way? But after ordering that, well, the damn thing was $16, and then tax was another $1, and then shipping that was another $10. You know, it's insane. So it was about $30. It was about $29 when all said and done. Expensive as hell. I'll put the link below to that too if you guys are interested in one. My uncle actually orders from that website too. It's the first time I've ever ordered from it. They do electronics mostly, but I noticed that they do have a few tools there. But yeah, he usually orders all his electronics from there. But that's the first time I've ever ordered from them. But you know, I told my uncle, like, well, there's got to be a better way of doing this because my TV only has 2 HDMI plugins. So he's like, well, you could just do it this way and that way, and that's what we did today or yesterday. So my thing would have been here a day earlier if it wasn't for that storm that went by in the cities. It was sitting in the cities, and then they got hammered with snow, and then they got the roads all shitty. So then they didn't drive. You know, it was coming by UPS, and they didn't want to be out in it. So which is fine. I wasn't in a big hurry for it anyway, but I was kind of excited for it to show up because I wanted to try it out, and I was like, oh, come on, you know. So, but it showed up. I did that, so my TV's done now. I think next month now I'm probably going to start saving up for the router box. My YouTube money, I got paid by, well, not paid yet, but I'm over my $100 limit now, so I should be getting paid either sometime this month or next month, so that'd be an extra 100 and somewhat money right there. I'm going to take that out, and then I'm going to shove that in with the rest of the money I got left over. That was for the John Deere project, but I scratched that now, so. And save that up for the router box, and then we'll get that thing out of the way. And then I'll see if that'll fix my internet problem. If my internet problem still continues to be a cocksucker, I'm going to have to switch over to another internet company, and even though they'll charge me. Well, the ones that I'm having right now, they charge me $12, and the ones that I want to go to, they charge $80. So, but you know, they probably got damn good internet too. So that's probably what's going to happen if this router box doesn't fix the problems that I'm having. So, but yeah, so this is going to be kind of a fun winter. Trying to, well, I don't even know when I'll get that router box. I kind of calculated out that I figured that if I got 120 from YouTube, which is what I got, and I have another like 20 odd bucks in my wallet right now, that's closer to a little closer to 200 now. So I think maybe in the next couple of months I could possibly get the router box. It just kind of depends how much I can spare. The more I can spare, the quicker I can get it done, but I got other bills to pay for too, so I don't know, we'll figure it out, see what happens. I'm hoping maybe in the next couple of months I can get the router box, if it'll still be out, and we'll go get that thing done. And then come more kind of springish time when the light bills start. It'll help once the light bills start going down too, the electricity bill. I'll start insulating at least the garage doors, if you guys think that would work. I mean, it would be a start anyways. And then I'll save up some money, and we'll order some spray foam, start spraying the ceiling. I'll probably have to take some stuff down, like all this crap above me would obviously be in the way. That ladder would have to get the hell out of here too. So, the lights, I think I might just cover the lights up with maybe some plastic, because I don't really want to take them down, and I don't really want spray foam on my lights either, so, especially on the new one. So I think maybe I'll just throw some plastic up on them, and then just start spray foaming. Try not to nail the wiring. You know, I could probably cover that up with plastic too. You know, I could just unplug the lights and then just wrap the wiring around the light and then put the plastic over it. You know. So, I mean, just standing here, I have this heater on full blast and I'm still freezing. That's how bad this shop is. This heater can't even heat it. But, you know, it's not insulated, so all the air can just blow right in. So, something definitely has to get done about it, because it's I mean, yeah, I didn't really plan on making a lot of wintertime videos, but, you know, the thing is, I kind of want to. I kind of want to be able to work on stuff, even in the wintertime. So, you know, I mean, yeah, this isn't the biggest shop, and it would never really, you know, do what I want it to do. But at least, you know, I could do some things in here, at least anyway. So, and then in the summertime, I don't know how hot it'll get in here with insulation. I don't know if it would get very hot in here. If it does, you can just crack the door and then just turn a fan on or something. So, that'd be alright too. I could get like a small air conditioner thing too, but I don't know. I think what would help for sure is if we just insulated everything. I think that would help a lot. But see, the thing is too, I have my hose reel here in the wall, so I want to insulate all that too. So, and then I got my light hanging here. So what would have to happen is I put the insulation in, and then where I decide to, I'm probably going to sheetrock all this too or whatever. I'm gonna have to put a paper barrier down too, I suppose. See, I want my light switch here, but I think I might actually lower it down some now because I think it's a little too high now. But lower it down a little bit, and then instead of obviously putting it to the wall like it is now, I'm gonna run a 2x4 across, just a thin one, and then I'll put some screws in it, and then that can hold my light. Well, the sheetrock would probably hold that. Yeah, it would probably hold it, but the shelves, I guess you could go through the sheetrock and then, or the drywall, or whatever you decide to put up. Just find your studs and then you're fine. Well, these studs are pretty far apart, but you have to probably invest in a stud finder too. So, I guess there's many ways of doing it, but I don't know. I just want to get the ceiling done with first. Just standing here, I can feel a chill going through here. And I'm thinking it's up in there. You can see the daylight coming through it, obviously. My power cord comes through there. It did used to come down there. Yeah, right there where that foam is. Right there. I had it coming down through there, but I have it running overhead now, and I didn't want the wire coming down and then coming back up again. So I just drilled a hole and saved me a few feet of line there, so it helped. But I think up in there, I might just throw some insulation because, like the fiberglass stuff, because if I ever want to be able to either run more wiring back here or remove wiring, I can just pull that out and be done with it. If you spray foam it, that's kind of dumb because now you have to drill through that. So insulation there would be alright. I think the rest of it I'll probably just spray foam it though. So I wish it was springtime because I'm really getting sick of this cold. Thank God we only got like one more month of this freezing hellhole, and then after that it should start warming up a hair bit. So yeah, and then this thing here will have to get moved too. This is actually just a file holder. My sister had it, and she didn't want it anymore. So I took it, and I put my tools in it. Just some odd things, screws, or screwdrivers. Got my tape measure in there. I got, tools, obviously. I bought this thing quite a few years ago and haven't really used it. I tried to use it once, but it just wasn't working for what I wanted to use it for, so works on other stuff. Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys ever have one of these. I don't really use it though because now I got the socket set. Oh, where is it? I hope it's still here. Oh yeah. It's buried though, but I thought it was pretty neat. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I bought this a couple Christmases ago. I don't know why that's at the damn bottom for. But at the time I thought it was pretty cool. And this is from Black & Decker. Yeah, see, I bought this quite a few years ago. I have used it. Works pretty good, but haven't used it in the last year or two. Or the last year or so, but I thought it was pretty cool. And then I bought, this tool too. And then this was in the house. So, but yeah. And I got another one of these. Or not those, but these wire cutters. When I bought that tool set from Target, it had one of those in there too. So cool. So yeah, anyways, I do apologize for a long video, but I'm gonna call it quits here, and I think I'll just leave my plastic like that in case I decide to come back out and make another video. But with it starting to get so cold now, I don't really know if I feel like really doing a lot for making videos. So, yeah, and it is going to keep getting windier out too. So, supposed to get windy again. It was pretty bad a couple days ago. That's why it was all blowing that snow around and stuff. So, but yeah, so I think that's what we'll do, guys. I want you guys' opinion on that door installation. I'll put the link below. Check it out, and I'll put the link to that TV thing too if you guys are interested in one. I'll put it there too if you guys want one. And tell me if you think it's worth it. I know they only paid like $70 for it, but you got to remember shipping too. So, but that's just door installation. I don't know how good it'll do. But it would probably help. It would help a little bit. I mean, you might as well start with the cheap stuff and work your way up to the expensive stuff. I mean, I'm going to probably do the doors first, and then I'm going to go straight to the ceiling, you know. So, I don't really know if you have to put sheetrock up on the ceiling. I think you can just leave it as the foam. I don't mind seeing the foam, you know. As long as it's not pinky girly colored, you know. But whatever. I guess I don't really know. Maybe it'll come in white. I don't know. Don't really matter, I guess. But so yeah, I think I'm gonna really fill that in good. I think I could probably fill it right up to the studs. That's probably about 3 inches thick. Well, however thick that stud is, that's about how thick I want to put the foam. No, probably not that thick, but you know, thick enough. Might as well, you know. That's actually a pretty thick. Yeah, pretty thick stud. So, the one, this one, that one right there. You know, same as that one too. They're all the same. You know, so that's how thick I would like to put her. It would sure keep herself toasty warm in here. It would be a start anyway. And then after that, I think I'm going to insulate this area last, because I have all my lights and wiring and shit. So, I'll start over there. Do this wall, do the north wall, do most of the south wall. I gotta do it above the door. I don't even know if maybe I'll spray foam that too, because there's not a lot up there. Depending if I have enough foam left. Just see, I got that cavity up there, all up there too. So if I got enough foam, maybe I'll just foam all that spray foam stuff. Maybe I'll just throw it up there too. Might be a lot, but I don't know. It really just depends on how much foam is left. So, and you can see how bright it gets in here from the door. Obviously, I mean the door's down, and I get plenty of light. But once you put that foam insulation on it, you're not gonna get any light, unless you want to cut holes. But then what good would that be, right? So, I don't need light coming through the door anyway. I don't really need that. So, see, this door is down as far as it'll freaking go, and there's lots of light coming through it. So, there's not much I can do about it. I even get snow coming through here too. So, it's a little bit better now since I put my body weight on it. But I still got this major one over here. That's still pretty thicker. The rest of it's okay, but that's something else I probably should replace too, but I don't know how that's on there. I looked at it. There's no bolts in it. I don't think it slips off. Unless it does slip off, I don't know. Or if maybe I can just stick a new piece on top of that. Just keep building it up. I don't fucking know, but yeah, so I think that's what we'll do, guys. Well, if you guys approve of the door installation, you don't spray it, and it just comes in like big chunks, and then you can cut it to size. I'll do that. I think we'll do that. But let me know if they make any insulation tape, because I want to put tape on these cracks. See the crack there? You can see that crack. See, that's where the door separates when you open it, right? That's what all doors do. I want to put some kind of a tape on it. I know that when you put the foam on, it'll help, but I think it would help even more if you put tape on that. I could just put regular duct tape. Get the really expensive stuff though. Don't get that cheap. I could get that Gorilla tape too. That stuff's pretty good. I got some of their glue and it works pretty good. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think of the tape and the door insulation stuff. I don't know how you'd put it on this door. I would probably let her glue it. I could screw it, but the thing is, I'd have to have self-tapping screws because I can't pre-drill it because then what would be the point? It wouldn't grab onto nothing. So, but I'd have to get some pretty thick, pretty long tapping screws, and the ones I got are just meant for gutters. So, they're about yay big, right? So, I don't know. You boys can let me know. You guys are better at this garage stuff than I am. So, I think that would be a start, though, if we did insulate at least the doors. I want to do the one up at the house, too. Throw some tape on those cracks, because they get pretty big. Well, that's when the door's open, obviously, but when it's shut, it's alright. But if there's still some air that leaks through there. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the cracks between the door and the wall up at the house. Unless they make like some kind of a weather stripping you could put around it. That would probably help. Probably help a lot, actually. But the seal on the bottom of that needs to be replaced too. Up at the house, I mean. So is this one, but the one up at the house definitely needs to be replaced. It's actually coming off. Of course, the bottom of the door is rotted as shit too. So, and I can't get bottom sections to just replace the bottom part of my door. Apparently, they were still making them, but then they stopped. And then there's one guy that bought them all and never let anyone else have them. So, whatever he's fucking doing with them, I don't know. So yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna probably take off. So let me know what you guys think of that. And of the door insulation, like I said, I'll put the links below. And then I'll put the link to that TV thing too if you guys are interested in that. I'll put all the links below and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.